up, peeps? It's Bree, and guess where I just came from? I just had brunch with Joanne Cornwell from well, she was a professor. I think she said she doesn't teach anymore, so she doesn't like have to read as much and all of that stuff. We were having a separate conversation, but we also had a conversation about hair. Yes. And so one of my old boss, her name is Takesha, and another woman who is a Sisterlock practitioner, her name is Barbara Williams, I think. And Barbara and Takesha, they got together and invited Joanne to Memphis, and she came with her husband, and then they had an event last night. I didn't go to it because I worked yesterday, but I didn't end up going to it. I kind of wish I did. I wish I had mustered up the strength to go and also, just bought a ticket. But I did end up going to the brunch today that they had, and that was really good. I talked to her. We even talked about how me and Joanne, we actually were talking about women groups or women-based societies and how they trace their matrilineal heritage and how those women empower themselves by defining their own stake in the world and in their societies and stuff like that. And so she told me, she gave me some topics to study, and she even told me that once you do some reading on that, if you ever want to call me so we can talk about it, you can. And I am totally gonna buy some books, read some books, and give her a call. I'm not gonna let it get too far out in the future, though, probably in like 2 weeks, because I want to talk to her because I like her. She's actually really nice and personable. And funny thing is, these are lock extensions, right? Well, my hair is sister locked. Well, I sister locked it, but then I added the extensions on there, and maybe you don't, but online they talk about how Sisterlocks does not endorse extensions. So if you're getting extensions, they're no longer Sisterlocks and stuff like that. So I had to go ahead and let them know, like, these are, I said, well, I just added extensions, and she mentioned that basically everything is Sisterlocks. Everything came from her, this is mother, essentially is what she was saying. And that, it doesn't make her mad, though, this is what she said. She said it doesn't make her mad that people get microlocks like an inspiration of Sisterlocks, but that she does want to, protect her intellectual property and whatnot. And so that's why she's coming out with Sisterlocks XL. So yes, I say all of that to say that she doesn't necessarily condemn the fact that, these are Sisterlocks with the extensions on them. And these are from her mouth. These are words from her mouth. You know what I'm saying? So all of the people that would hate on me, which those people don't exist in my world, but like if they were in another world, in another place going, them ain't Sisterlocks no more. Just know that the mother of Sisterlocks said these were Sisterlocks, okay? Period. You know what I'm saying? And also, I want to say, she also gave me some healing words. So, you guys know that my hair is very fine, number one. And it's also very kind of like, maybe I'm getting a little bit of a rooftop in the top. And she told me that when she does her own hair, number one, she doesn't let anybody else do her hair, and she's got like a billion gajillion locks. And she told me that she doesn't actually want her hair to be very tight down to the scalp, because over time that's just, it's gonna ruin your hair, and it's not really good for, hair that's thinning. And I'm like, you know what? Not only, because it stresses the follicles, but you guys knew that, but it's not just good for the hair. It's not just that it's not good for the hair physically to make it too tight. Aesthetically, as somebody with fullness issues at the scalp, fullness challenges, I'll say. Instead of saying thinning, I'll say I am someone with a fullness challenge. No. okay, I don't know what I want to say, but as someone who is challenged, density challenged, I want to take the advice of, well, don't get it re-tied too frequently, and don't tie them up too tight. So I was talking to my stylist, Angelina, and I was asking her what she thought, do we need to try to come a little bit earlier? Like right now we're on a 6-week appointment schedule, but I was saying, like, do you think we need to come earlier? And she was saying, well, no, because if your hair is thinning, then it wouldn't help it to constantly manipulate it. You kind of just you gotta let it go and do its thing. And in my heart, I hear that, but I guess in another ear, I'm also hearing that I want my hair to stay on my head, and the best way to do that is to make sure it's nice and retied and tight. So you can see how there's a warring opinion in my mind that the hair needs to be tightened, that you kind of need to scoop all the little loose hairs that are on the outside. You need to scoop that up and put that in the lock to make sure that lock is more secure, and that it doesn't eventually, the weight of it doesn't bear down on the hairs that are left in there and slide out, because that is one end of the extreme. The other end is that you tighten it so much that you encourage it to slide off. You know what I mean? So we need to be somewhere in the middle. And I think that with what Joanne told me, it allows me to recontextualize my own journey through what it is that I need specifically. So because I need to specifically keep the hair on my head and keep it from like showing my thinning, I must be happy with the naps, because I must accept them that way so that I can keep as much hair as possible. And I kind of have to let go of this idea that I will keep all my hair, because there's a chance that I won't get to. There is a chance that I won't get to, even with all the things that I'm doing, that I might not see the outcome that I want to see. And I need to be okay with that. I was going to say, I sort of need to be okay with that, but I really do. I should accept that I'm a valuable person no matter what my hair looks like. And that's harder to do, but I think for her, she's kind of accepted it. And she's also, like nitpicky about her own hair. So if she's like that about her own hair, and she says, well, I don't want what most people want, which is let me finish this thought, which is super clean parts, tightness at the root, and, swiftness. Because she does her own hair, she was stating it like, okay, well, she kind of just does it whenever she wants to, and that she is obsessive about it, but it's her hair, so you can't be, and it's always with you, so you can work on whatever you want to work on. You want to do 2 locks now, she mentioned that you want to do 2 locks, you could do 2 locks. You want to do 40, I might do 40, is what she was saying. And so basically she has defined for herself, this is what I got from the conversation, she has defined for herself what it is her hair should be, and she just allows it to be that. She is not, forcing that hair to be something other than what it is. And that was eye-opening for me. So that's what I'm going to do. That is what, I know I said that's what I'm going to do, but that is where I'm going with that. Obviously it's a process, and every time I look at my hair, like if I'm looking at myself like this, I think it looks okay. Also, if I'm just like, if I got it all pulled back, I think it looks okay. I think though that I am more worried about the thinning than most people are. And I also I'm using a lot of qualifying words, but just throw that out. I want to redefine myself through my own eyes, through my own desires and needs. And this is a constant process. no one is included in this, because I don't want to think about, well, what does he like, or what does she say about this? Like, I don't really want to care about all of that. What I want is just to say, well, it's been 6 weeks, and wait, can I just show you when I say, there's a baby picture of me right here. Okay. Here is a baby picture. Look at how big my forehead is. You see that? Like I never ever had all of these. I had as much baby hair right now in real life. So I know that's, word to minoxidil. But I kind of don't want to, where am I going with this? All I'm saying is I want to define for me what is beauty, because I see so many powerful women doing that for themselves. And I think a part of, not just what is beauty, what is kindness, what is generosity, what is mean, what is stern, what is aggression, just what is everything to you. Because as I am a hairstylist, and as I work in that field with several different kinds of clients, I notice myself, trying to treat some people. I give some people more freedom than I give others, because it's kind of like, two different children. If one child always goes to school, does their homework, and washes their hands before they eat dinner and stuff like that, and then there's another child, I was trying to slip out and play basketball in the streets and waking up late and, sneaking chicken out the pot with their dirty hands, stuff like that. Then you kind of have to treat each child differently. And maybe that's sort of the approach that I was taking. But I just want everybody to respect me the same. And in order for that to happen, I need to show up for myself every day in the same way, because the respect that I receive is a direct reflection of the respect that I give me and other people. But mostly I'm talking about the respect that I receive to me is I think it directly correlates with the respect that I give to myself. And so it is high time that I started, putting my foot down, stop letting people walk all over me, stop allowing myself to just be an option to people who would potentially need me if I were just more out of reach. I have to determine that enough is enough. I just really wanted to get on here really quickly, because whenever I am in community with women, they bring up my spirits. They make me, it's kind of like being in a battery operated car and getting a recharge. It's like I never want to leave. It's like I don't want to stop talking to them, but I don't want to be awkward too, so there's that. Like, I don't want to just be hanging around and they're like, girl, we finna go. But yeah, so I went to brunch with them, and I met Gentry. Her locks look beautiful. She said she took the Sisterlock course, and I was like, did you do your own locks? And she said, no, Barbara did them. And I was like, oh girl, I was finna say, because you're ready. You ready to go if you did your own. That's what I said to her. So we laughed about that, and yes, yeah. I just love women. I think that they are absolutely just the cherry on top of being alive, To be loved by women is just top tier energy. And honestly, okay, hold on. I'm doing that to keep from shedding a tear. But honestly, I think that a part of why it doesn't really work out with men is because I am expecting them to love me like my friends do, like the women in my life do, and they fall short of that every single time. And you could be like, well, that's your fault. You the one. You pick them bad. It's all on me. Yeah, it is. It is. I agree. Because my perspective, it's my perspective is off. You know, I'm thinking that I can have something that I don't think that I no longer think exists. But anyway, blah blah blah. I wanted to also announce, because it needs to be out in the open. I am done. I no longer smoke or drink alcohol. It's over for me. And even today, you know, we could have gotten a drink at brunch, and I totally was going to. I was like, oh, I'm gonna get me like a, you know, an Irish coffee or something like that. And then I said, wait, you can't do that. You got miles to go before you sleep. And that's really what it's about. It's about me deciding that I'm really going to have to push the gas so that I can be who I want to be. And I think that what slows me down, what is kind of a break, is smoking and drinking. And so I'm finna be done with that. Not even finna be, I am done with that. And anytime I feel like I want to do that, I will just, I will just figure out a way to not need that, you know? Because even though I want it, I want to be able to live without it, you know? And I also don't like the idea that, oh my goodness, I just can't wait to get home so I can spark up a, you know, blah. I don't want to be dependent on it. I don't want to be wanting to get home and have a drink so I can decompress. I want to be able to decompress on my own, with my own mind, you know, reach a level of relaxation and peace without needing any help, but maybe help from, you know, people and stuff like that. Maybe I can do that. So that's what I'm thinking about. Yes. Anyway, I just wanted to talk to you all about that, share my thoughts as fast as I could before I forgot what I wanted to say. Yes. So that's it for our talk, you guys. Thanks for listening, and I will see you next time. This is what my hair looks like later on. The curls have fallen some, but it seems like the wave is still there. I don't know. I hope so. But even if it's not, you know, what I have to do is go to the, let's just get a better quality, a better thing of hair, so that they're not, so that the curl doesn't fall and flatten out. That's cute. Yeah, there's one. Oh, I love it.